We begin in the SynapseX chat workspace. The cursor starts over the main conversation area. First, identify the composer and the controls along its lower edge. Move toward the turbo control on the right side of the composer, but keep the initial chat screen visible while we establish the layout. Now move to the turbo control and click once. The turbo menu opens beside the composer, revealing off, auto, and always. Keep this menu open while we compare the three modes. The important visual relationship is clear. The click on the turbo chip produces this menu. Next, move back to the composer and click the SynapseX Atlas model chip. The model selector opens with a searchable list and an information panel for Atlas. The visible list includes Atlas, Forge, Vault, Nexus, Oracle, Pulsar, and Quasar. Pause here while we review the available model profiles and their technical context. Now move to the small settings icon beside the Dev Senior profile and click it. The model parameters panel appears below the composer. It exposes temperature, top P, and max tokens. Keep the panel open while we explain that these controls adjust variation, sampling breadth, and response length. With the chat controls demonstrated, move to the Work tab in the top navigation and click. The Work area opens and its sidebar becomes the next navigation surface. Pause on this transition so the viewer can see that we have moved from general conversation into the productivity workspace.
Inside the Work sidebar, move to Connectors and click. The Connectors page opens, showing external accounts such as GitHub, GitLab, Google Drive, Gmail, and other services. Keep the page visible while we explain that these connections bring repositories, documents, and approved team context into SynapseX. Now move down the same sidebar and click Instructions. The Instructions page opens with the editable guidance area. Pause on the page while we explain that this is where you define tone, domain knowledge, formatting rules, and team conventions for future responses. Next, move to Scheduled in the sidebar and click. The Scheduled Tasks overview opens. Keep the list visible while we review recurring jobs, their cadence, and their active or inactive state. Move to the Create Task button in the upper right area and click. The Create Scheduled Task dialog opens over the page. The cursor now points to the form fields: title, instructions, cadence, and execution time. Keep the dialog open while we explain that a clear prompt and a deliberate schedule are required before creating an automation. Now move to the Code tab at the top of the interface and click. The Code workspace opens. Pause on the new workspace so the viewer can see the transition from productivity settings to a dedicated environment for implementation, review, and debugging.
From the top navigation, move to Labs and click. The Labs area opens. Now move to the new workspace control and click. The new workspace screen appears, showing where a project environment can be created. Keep this state visible while we explain that Labs isolates files, conversations, and project context for a prototype, research task, or computational experiment. Next, open Settings and move down the settings list to Usage. Click Usage. The Usage dashboard opens with the current spend, token activity, requests, models, providers, and computing information. Keep the dashboard visible while we explain how this page makes resource consumption measurable. Now move to Quantum QCOS in the settings list and click. The Quantum QCOS configuration page opens. The cursor travels across the endpoint, provider, shot count, and hybrid routing controls. Keep this configuration visible while we explain that the page prepares hybrid classical and quantum workflows. Next, move to Compute Credits and click. The Compute Credits page opens with the available balance and the resource categories. Move to Buy Computing Credits and click once. The Purchase panel opens, distinguishing free simulators, CPU and GPU compute, and real QPU hardware. Keep the panel open while we explain how each category serves a different stage of computational work. Now click the CPU and GPU compute option.
the CPU/GPU credit tiers appear with quantities and prices. Pause on this tier list so the viewer can compare the available classical compute packages before moving to the next credit option.
Move to the next compute option and click. The next credit tier state appears for comparison. Keep this state visible while we explain that CPU and GPU resources support fast simulation and parallel workloads, while real QPU credits are reserved for execution on quantum hardware. Now move down the settings list to API keys and click. The API keys page opens. The cursor points to the key list, the naming area, the last use information, and the revoke controls. Keep this page visible while we explain that every key should be named clearly, monitored, and revoked when a device or integration no longer needs access. Next, move to Models in the settings list and click. The Models page opens with the available model profiles and favorites. Move toward the favorite model controls and pause while we explain that reordering the list places the most frequently used models first. Now click Appearance. The Appearance page opens in dark mode. Move to the Dark Theme control and click once. Keep the dark appearance visible while we explain that it reduces glare and is comfortable during long coding sessions. Finally, move to the Light Theme control and click. The interface changes to the light appearance shown here. Pause on the result and compare it with the dark state. The theme changes, but the navigation, controls, and workflow remain familiar. This completes the interactive SynapseX walkthrough, with every spoken action connected to a visible cursor movement, click, and resulting screen state.